Are you a backup friend? The first thing that we all want to know is what is a backup friend? And if I, you, all of us are one. For me, that was a really hard and hurtful confirmation that most of my friendships, I was the backup friend. It really hurt, but then I also understood that it turns out not all people will always understand you, but then you also need to put yourself first, have self respect, and remove yourself from situations you're not wanted in. This is a guide, a realization, whatever you want to call it, basically, of me trying to make you understand what backup friend is. All I'm trying to tell you is you need to have self respect. Friendships are good, very, very, very important, but you have to also put yourself first. I think I've been a product of this backup friend situation for most of my life, and that is why I feel like it's very important for a person to realize where they stand in a friendship early on so that they can take the steps in terms of removing themselves from that whole thing before they have invested way too much. Let's try something. I'm gonna give you situations, scenarios, and you answer this as truthfully as possible. Okay? The first scenario is, how often do they take the first step? Imagine this, keep this person in your mind, whoever you're thinking about. How often do they call first? How often do they text first? How often do they reach out to you first? Initiate a plan, do anything, any initiation, anything from their end first. The second scenario, how do you feel after spending time with them? Does it reduce your energy? Does it empower you? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel calm? Do you feel agitated? Do you feel drained? What happens after you have spent time with this person? Between you two, who makes the most plans? Who is always eager to meet? Who is always making plans to hang out? Who does this? This one will hurt, sting, but do you trust that this person will show up for you the way you have showed up for them? Very basic scenario. You were there when they had a very terrible breakup. Were they there for you? Were they even aware that you were struggling? If most of the answers of these scenarios or questions are negative, I have a very bad news for you. My heart hurts, but it is really important that you realize you are not valued in this friendship. You, as the internet calls it, are a backup friend, just like me. And it's not something that you should be proud of, it's not something that you should flex, obviously, but this is how things are right now. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Let's make lemonade now. I'll start with a story. We'll gather ingredients for the lemonade. Okay, I have been in that life. I have been a Santa. I have been there for everybody. I have always made plans, text first, plan everything, initiate everything. If I have, I don't have time, I have other plans. But if the person says, dude, I'm free, do you want to hang out? I will drop everything and hang out with them because I value them so much. Would they do the same thing for me? No, they don't. But I do. And that is why it feels like she's always available. She's always there. I have important things, but I drop it because I value you so much. Unlike you, you feel like I am always there or free or XYZ. I do have things. I have a life, correct? But when you constantly disregard the life that you have to accommodate them, they'll only feel like, the whole energy goes away. Because you don't give yourself that respect, how can you expect somebody to give you the respect? Every time when you feel like you have been taken granted. It's just something is there because you put it there first place. It's who you can take the energy back. It's you who can get it right. This is how you do it. I am 100% about communicating. If you feel like this person needs to be communicated about your feelings, go ahead, talk to them, tell them that these are the things that are troubling you, these are the things that are making, these are the things that are hurting you. And it's not a funny thing, obviously, it's hurting you. Your energy is going away. You have put so much effort into this friendship, and it feels bad because I have been doing so much and I'm not getting anything in return, correct? Telling them that these are the things that I'm not comfortable with. Telling this to you because I am hurt and I'm communicating the hurt that I have in my heart. I really value our friendship and I need you to help me with this friendship. There are always two people in a relationship, and if they are not ready to change, they are not ready to understand where you're coming from, I think, is that a friendship to begin with? And that is a difficult call that you have to take. If you have told them one time that these are your boundaries, these are something that is really affecting you emotionally and hurting you, their actions are hurting you because you have put so much of efforts already, and they don't change, I think that is the biggest cue for you to distance yourself. Because if they don't value your emotions, your it takes a huge strength to come out and communicate about whatever things are hurting you, and you are telling them that okay, these are the things that are hurting me, and them not respecting it, not understanding it, not appreciating you coming out and telling them is should be a flag wherein it's just not right. People must understand and change their actions if they really love you, if they really value the friendship. It's not easy, it's never easy, but setting boundaries is really important and you should do it. Start saying no more, set your boundaries, do not change your plans for anybody. If you have a plan, stick to it. Ask them to reschedule, ask them to tell you beforehand. Start saying no. That is a major thing that I think people dislike. If they're using you, they'll not like when you say no. So do that. Start putting yourself first. I read this somewhere that said something along the lines that says people don't abandon people they love, they abandon people they use. So once the use is over, they abandon you. As bad as it sounds, that is the truth. And it hurts to realize that you were being used. You were so truthfully involved, your emotions, your efforts, 100%, but it was not reciprocated. I feel like I feel like if you are giving 100%, you deserve 100%. And if you're not getting it, move away. Blocking people, walking out without an explanation, I think you have had enough and that is enough. I don't feel like giving more emotion into making them understand. If they don't understand the first time, they will not understand the second, third, or 100th time you try to tell them. They'll not. So, giving that energy out for the last straw, I feel like is not relevant enough. So, walking out, just maybe being the bad person in someone else's story is fine rather than being the villain in yours. So put yourself away from these kind of energy sucking vampires that only want to take and not give, because it's draining and it's bad. So the solutions are setting boundaries, not very mean or very cold, just clear. That, for an example, if you have been planning for a weekend, whatever you're gonna do, and you reach out to a friend and say that, hey, I'm free this weekend, do you wanna hang out? And this person is like, no, I am hanging out with somebody else. And then you have planned your things accordingly, and then on Saturday morning perhaps this person texts you, the plans that I had was cancelled, do you want to hang out? You have plans, those plans are not cancelled, correct? Would you hang out with them? They were not ready to cancel plans for you, The plan got cancelled, that is why they are choosing to hang out with you. This is like the definition of backup friend, because they had something planned and then they decided they don't want to, like, that plan got cancelled, so what is the backup? This person. You don't do that. We don't do that. We are not backups. Plan for us. Plan a date. Plan a day for us. Meet me because you want to meet me, not because you don't have any other plans going around. That sounds so disrespectful. Once I realized, I was like, oh, okay, I can change my plans, but then I realized, why would I change my plans? That sounds so bizarre. Once I realized in my brain that that's not right, that's not how things function, and that is not how friends are. They will make plans for you, not because they have cancelled some plans and they don't have anything else to do, so they'll call you to hang out. These are small things where it creates this boundary, it creates a line of self respect. It's not cold for you to tell them that I would really appreciate if you could plan something ahead of time for us, and not because a plan got cancelled and you're calling me as a backup. It's just clear. So this is how the communication should be, and if they do that again, then I think that is your cue to say, no, this is not how I'm going to function. So, bye. Remove yourself out of that situation, that friendship, because that's going to happen again and again. Once the person disrespects you, they don't understand that they have disrespected you. They'll do it again and again, and you will have to explain it to them, and they'll never understand. And this cycle will go on, and your energy will be consumed to the depths of your heart, and we don't want that. The end of the story is, if you have been a backup friend, I hate to say this, but you're not alone. There are a lot of people that feel the same, including me. We are, so let's become friends. So, whatever your story is, I'd love to hear it. Talk in the comment section. Tell me how this whole thing pans out for you. Let me know if you need any help from my side in terms of communication, clearly telling them, texting them, whatever. Let me know in the comments. We can have a chat. I'd love to hear your stories, and I'll see you in the next one.